Oh, it's already in its life.
We are live. Do not say Emma.
I won't.
So Emma Kirkham, I mean, what a story. When I was coming in to set this up, I was like, Emma has been on a roller coaster of life and business inside the program.
Yeah.
That's it, really. Tell us all about it, Emma. Tell everybody who you are and what's been going on.
Okay, so I first met you, I don't know how many years ago, through a networking group. Shall we leave it at that? It was a networking group and that we're both members of.
Yeah.
Both no longer members of said networking group.
Yes.
And so I met you then, and I think I followed you around as people do when you network. You follow each other around, see what each other's up to. And I think I entered one of your free challenges back in 2019. And that was, 4 years ago now. And that was when I was doing, I think it was network marketing. I got a network marketing business then, and I joined LinkedIn to use for the network marketing business. Soon realised I didn't like it. It was pants and it wasn't for me. So I sacked it off and started using LinkedIn for my glass business, which I love doing. Love my glass business and everything else. And over the years, I built the glass business up, and I was also helping other handmade businesses. But last year I had a bit of a, I'm trying not to swear, epic moment. Moment basically, and decided if I don't do what I really wanted to do, and that was to train in hypnotherapy, if I don't do it now, I'm never actually fucking going to do it. So I trained in hypnotherapy with Joe Howard, and
big friend of the family, Joe.
Yeah, so with Joe Howard, and in May I qualified as an advanced clinical hypnotherapist, which is something that I'd always want to do. But in the meantime, obviously, I've been following the Mastermind and doing the things that you have to do on LinkedIn. But you brought out this really great, I don't know, do you call it a mini course as part of the Mastermind, or just
we call it, it's like the money funnel, do you mean?
Yeah, but you did, I think you did like a mini live or something with it.
Yeah, originally it was just a live that I did like this, and I streamed it everywhere, and I was like, let's go and do this. So what happened, the reason why I did that piece of content was because a lot of people want to join my program and it's $2,000. They tell me they can't. And I never overcome the price objection, or try not to as best I can. And I thought, how can we help people make $2,000 so they can give it to me, basically? So that was like how that was born. And I did this, right, this is what I would do if I had to go and make $2,000 in 2 weeks. And it's become like my runaway success piece of content, which is ironic because there was a squirrel and a crow having a fight in the middle of it. So it's not even like professionally delivered. It was just literally me one afternoon thinking, this would be fun to talk about. But anyway, we are where we are. So that was, I put that into the Mastermind, didn't I, originally?
Yeah. So I thought, I'll have a go at this, because obviously I want to launch my business. I want it to be a success. I'm going to follow this and see what turns up. Didn't really think anything of it, didn't overthink it, just got out there, sort of put my offer out there, did what you said on the tin, could have done a lot more, as you always can, and I made £3,900.
Just like that?
Yeah.
£3,900, which is not a bad return on the Mastermind in general. That's you're in profit, but on a free piece of content, which everybody can get for free. So that bit of content, my 2K in 2 weeks, then became what we now call the money funnel, which is like a free funnel for anybody to, you click on the WhatsApp and you send the word money, which has just caused chaos in our WhatsApp because Paul's just sent out a message to say, do you want to have the money mindset, the money making mindset program, Mastermind masterclass for tomorrow? So everyone's saying yes, and that's triggering off the money funnel. Anyway, that's by the by. But the money funnel is where you can send the word money to our WhatsApp, and then you come into a 2-week accountability. You get the training and also get a 2-week accountability. You did that as well, didn't you?
I did that. So that was going on at the same time. So I'd watched the video of you, the free training, and then I thought, right, I'll do this money funnel thingy, doodah, and thought, this is cool because it gave me a gentle like reminder every day of what to do. I think I confused it a couple of times because I pressed the wrong button, and then
it's easily confused because our software.
Anyway, so yeah, I followed that as well. So it kind of kept me on track, gave me a couple of reminders. It's like, oh yeah, I could do that, and it was just the kind of nudge you need so that you don't go off and tell yourself, oh, I'll just sit and watch that squirrel all day, or I'll just play with the puppy now because she's brought me the ball. So it was really good in that respect.
So sometimes people do give me the feedback that I push people too hard and I ask people to do too much. And I don't understand that people have got, lives and all the rest of it. And I always say, like I was saying for tomorrow, like bring your "it's all right for you" statements, because I've heard them all. It's all right for you, Helen, because you like doing video, or you've got an audience, or people know you are, or whatever. And I always say, bring me it's hard for me because it's hard for me because I've got 27 kids, or it's hard for me because I've got to go shopping for my mum, and it's hard for me because I've got a different type of business to you. And it's really illuminating. Like, I mean, did you feel like in those 2 weeks you particularly worked yourself into like a state of complete overwhelm and confusion?
No, because at the end of the day, it depends how you want. You can either get yourself et up and wound up and think, oh my God, I've got to do this, this and this. It's easy to do that, but actually if you just take the step back and think, right, I do what I can today, and then I'll go and care for my mum like I have to do, or then I'll go and take the kids where they need to go, or I'll take my son to school, or I'll take my son to his job where he needs to go, and then I'll walk the dogs and everything. That's fine. We've all got those stories, haven't we? We've all got shit going on.
Yeah, this is what I say. Like, I've got 4 kids, 4 businesses, and all the other stuff going on as well.
Well, I haven't even got that, so it's easy for me then, isn't it?
Well, this is it. It's all relative. You'll always find somebody worse off. You always find somebody with more challenges. But when you find real success stories, they've always got stuff going on. It's very rare you meet someone who's got, I've got nothing else to do all day but sit and market my business. Like, it might look like that from the outside. Some people say that to me. Oh, you're on socials all day, and I'm like, you are joking. I do 99% of my posting outside of the office, when I'm on the school run, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or whatever. But like, I think the reason why I wanted to talk to you, well, there's a couple of things really. So what did it mean to you to make 3,000, was it 600?
No, 3,900.
3,900 in 2 weeks. What did that actually mean for you?
It's proof that what I am doing is a success. For me, it was the proof that, and it was proof that how I thought about doing it is valid. And it's like anything, when you launch something new, you don't know what kind of feedback you're going to get. You don't know how people are going to react to it. So it was that kind of proof, but also just having that security of knowing like, right, that's done.
Yeah, the money's in. You got to deliver, but the money's in. Yeah, and I'll talk about this more tomorrow, but like, people don't like talking about money. They don't like talking about making money, like as if that's some kind of like a bad thing to be aiming for. And it's kind of like, we really need to step into that energy when we run a business.
I think the really good thing for me about what you delivered in that live, but also what your money funnel talks about, is having the home for the money. And that was a big driver for me, giving it that home. It's not just like, oh, I can make my money back. It's like, what am I actually going to do with that? And it's like, that's going towards a car.
Well, I was going to say, what is it going towards? A car? What car are you getting?
Well, I was going to say it was for my son, but actually I think I'm going to keep it and get myself a better car. I'm telling him I've said that though.
Yeah, he can have your car and you can get a new car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's going to go towards that. So, but that was a real good pun. Was a real driver.
Yeah, nice. So, like, how are you going to feel when you put your hands on that steering wheel of that new car?
Well, it's just going to feel amazing, isn't it? Because you know that you've done the work. I mean, it's like this, isn't it? You can either sit there and do nothing, or you can get your finger out your fanny and crack on. I mean, that's it. It's as simple as that, isn't it? I mean,
Well, it's as simple as that. Yeah, it's like, it's a tough one because I come up a lot of resistance, and you must see this. You must see it in my posts and stuff. A lot of resistance, and I think there's two stages of Helen. I think there's like on the outside looking in, where you're like, yeah, she just talks the talk and she's pushing people too hard and she's this, that, and the other, and it's easy for her and all that. There's the outside, but I think when you're on the inside and you're inside the program and you see that really, like, the fact I'm so passionate about getting people into the program, yeah, of course it makes me money, but it doesn't necessarily change my life beyond all recognition if one person decides to join or not, you know? And in the nicest possible way. My life doesn't particularly change, but their life changes hugely. And that's what I want for them, you know? It's like, a girl said to me today in the DM, she was like, you're making it really hard for me to say no. And I'm like, because I really want you to say yes. And not necessarily for me, although exponentially, obviously, it benefits me. But on a micro level, if she says, look, you know, it's just not the right time, my life's not going to change, but her life's going to stay where it is right now. And in 3 months' time, she'll probably be back and she'll be like, right, I'm going to do it now. And I just know that, I mean, she bought it in the end, to be honest, but I hate that feeling of thinking you're going to be sat on the outside looking in for another 3 months thinking, if I'd have just got in, I could have been doing it now. And in the end, I gave her an extended payment plan. And I was like, but the idea is you pay that off way in advance of that. You know, I want you to get you in, not so I can be like, another tick on my spreadsheet, because to be honest, it's better for me if people pay in full. But actually,
absolutely.
I know, actually, I'm happy to extend the payment plan, you know, on the agreement that I'm coming to help you as best I can get on the inside. And your job is to do the work and get a result and then pay me off so you can relax. Again, if people pay me on payment plans forever, that's great for me. I've got income coming in. But I like it when people get paid off because then they can relax and know that they're in profit. So you're definitely in profit now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But another thing that's interesting about your story, Emma, is that this is like the third business you've used on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
I would say this is your Goldilocks business.
Yeah, definitely. And you talk about the value, joy, and profit of what we're doing. And it was only when I did my hypnotherapy that I realized the actual joy that brings. And because it brings such joy for me to help the people that I'm helping and see the results that they're getting, a little bit like you really want people to invest because you can see the transformation it's going to make for them. And it's the same for me. I really want people to invest because I want them to feel that transformation. I want them to go out and generally feel better about themselves. And it's because of that I could speak a lot more passionately about what I was doing. And actually I just didn't I literally shared the shit out of myself. I could have done more, but you know, it was that, you know, there was no resistance there because I absolutely 100% believed in me, what I could do, and also the joy it brought doing that. So this
is all of the things that I talk about come to life, really. It's that having that value, joy, profit, having that Goldilocks business where you've tried this, it wasn't quite right, you've tried that wasn't quite right, and you find something that's like, not the other things were wrong, but you didn't connect to them. So now you found something that you really connect with. You never get bored of talking about it. And it becomes not about, so a lot of people come to me and say, if I post all the time about my business, people will get sick of me, you know, or people will think I'm desperate, or people will think X, Y, Z, right? Whereas when I'm posting about my business, I'm like, one person that needs to see this is going to see this just at the right time. If I don't post it, they're definitely not going to see it. So it's that one person that I always have in my mind that think, I'm going to post this before I go to bed at 11:30. Someone else might be like, oh, you've got to switch off. You know, you mustn't be doing work after sitting down, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, there might be somebody sat on their phone right now, scrolling through Facebook, really needs my help, who's thinking, I can't sleep, I'm worried about tomorrow, whatever it might be. If I post this now, for all the people that are like, oh, look at Helen Tudor posting at 11:30, she must have nothing better to do. That one person that signs up to the masterclass that I can then go and help. And then it's that ripple effect. It's massive. And it's the same with your work. It's because you really want to help people.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no reason to not post about it. Who cares if people think you're a desperate person because you're posting all the time? I don't care what people think. I do care about that one person that needs to see it, though.
I don't think it's about being desperate. I think it's more like you say, you really want to make the connection with that person that needs it. And you don't know that, you know, like you say, at 11:30 at night, people can't sleep because they're worried and they're stressed about stuff, and they happen to scroll and they see what you've just posted. Like you say, it can make a world of difference. I get messages sent to me at ridiculous times because people can't sleep and they've just come across what I've said. And they're like, you know, I've got overwhelming anxiety. Can you help me with that? Or, you know, I really can't see how I'm going to change this particular habit, or I don't know how I can change this mindset that I've got, that I can't go live, or, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if I don't post, or, you know, say
you don't
anything,
show up, people can't find you, right?
Well, that's it, isn't it? There's no point in, you can't be the world's best business and be invisible. It's just not possible.
It's hard. And I don't need to post as much as I do in terms of, like, from a revenue point of view. You know, I spend money on ads. I've got, you know, got thousands of people. I've got hundreds of thousands of leads sat waiting for me to talk to them. So it's not that's the problem. But it's just, I just want to post. I want people to find me, and I want people to click on things and come into masterclasses, because that, I just can't imagine a world where that doesn't feel great. You know, it feels really good. And it's the same with you. So you made £3,900 in revenue into your business, which is amazing. But what does that 3,900 represent in terms of the clients that you've attracted, and the clients that you're helping, and the work that they're going to do, and the ripple effect that's going to have on them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And that for me is, you know, the biggest driver, seeing the results that they're getting. And that's the biggest driver to keep sharing, to keep showing up, to keep, you know, doing what I'm doing and keep talking about what I'm doing. And I know it's the same for you. You know, you've got a message to share, so you're going to get out there and share it. And yeah, like you say, you've got your ads and everything, but ultimately, when you're sharing on your social media, it's definitely coming from your heart.
Yeah, it is. And that's it. You know, I always laugh that ChatGPT writes better than me, right? Because it writes properly, whereas I just write, and it, you know, I always say with content, just get good at being average. Like, my content is average at best, but it's mine. You know, it's me. Not always. Sometimes someone will post, you know, if it's something that doesn't need me. But, you know, I just think when you get over that, it's got to be perfect, and it's got to be right, and it's got to be, you know, it's got to tick a box of some kind. And instead you just think, I'm posting roughly the 4 types of content that I think are going to work: stories, video, social proof, call to action, roughly, you know. I would say that this isn't like a PhD in marketing strategy. It's like, it's literally just showing up and talking about your business. So I think the overthinking stops a lot of people. But I think
definitely, because the 2K in 2 weeks, I didn't have a sales page. I didn't even set up a way of paying me until literally sort of the day before I did a live event. And you know, I didn't have anything set up that were, you know, normal things that would stop you doing. So I haven't got a sales page, I haven't even got a website now. So you know, there's so many things that stop people taking the action. And I just thought, you know, it's just like, let's get on and let's see what we can do with the tools that I have got.
Yeah, and that's the joy of social media. And the other thing, again, I guess you would agree with, is the stuff that we learn in the Mastermind is not just about LinkedIn, is it? It's, you know, it works on all the platforms, and there's a lot more. Like, tell me about your experience of the actual program. Like, what do you love about it?
I love that it is applicable to whatever platform you decide to focus on. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I joined LinkedIn, but I use what you teach mainly for Facebook.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
You know, so it's, you know, I love Facebook. I live on Facebook, and I do interact on LinkedIn, and it's got better since I started with hypnotherapy, because I've shown up there more, because I feel I've got more to share. So that is, but it's whatever, you know, it's whatever platform you want to use it on, you can apply it to there. But also, obviously, it's like the community that's in there. You know, that community of people, and everybody's literally cheering everybody on.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe that I've been pretty ruthless in trying to cultivate. You know, we talk about culture and stuff. Like, I really want to create a community that really does celebrate each other's successes. I think that's missing in a lot of people's entrepreneurial life. You know, someone really truly cheering you on, not fake cheering you on.
Yeah, and like when I joined 4 years ago, it was completely different. I mean, there was ambassadors in there and different things, and it's changed over the years. And obviously, you've added in now the the business side. So it's
Yeah,
the link and the business, and that's golden in itself, that side of things. So if you don't, you need help with LinkedIn, it's there, but also you've got that business help, which I think is massively underestimated, how valuable that side of things is as well. Because I think a lot of people come in to you for the LinkedIn, but actually you've got all that business side as well.
Yeah, and that's really the bonus stuff in a lot of ways. But that, I mean, we used to sell that for 5K, so like it is very valuable, and like it's just the basics, the fundamentals in there. Like, and that's what I love about my stuff. It's about basics, it's about consistency. So it doesn't really matter what your business is or who you are as a person. It's still gonna work. And I think things like Business Climate in a Day is such a valuable document to have on your desk, that day in, day out. And I think, and looking at the things that, I don't know, you see how many programs are, basically teaching the thing that I do, but also the business that I made, if that makes sense. So it's not just teach you how to get leads from LinkedIn, but I show you how I use that business to scale it up to 2.5 mil. So you can just follow in the footsteps and like just do the things that I did and just apply it to your thing,
Yeah, I think that the other really good thing I like now is you're actually in that group so much more.
Yeah.
And you're actively in there.
Yeah, because that's my only group now. Whereas I used to be spread really thin. So I had the LinkedIn Mastermind, had the Business Mastermind. I was doing this, I was doing that. Whereas now, all I need to do is be in the LinkedIn and Business Mastermind. So that's why I did it. So I could be more present in there. And like I do one of the calls a month, and I just love it in there. Like it's my favorite place to hang out. It's as much for me as it is for everyone else. It's like I said when I started it.
Makes a difference. I think that makes a big difference because you are actually in there. And
I am in there.
To interact.
Yeah, and I used to think, will people feel like there's a bit of a disconnect between the 5-day challenge and that? But the 5-day challenge is absolute chaos, and it can't be like that all the time in the mastermind. But I just think as more and more people join and new things we're doing, like Freshers Week's going to be really fun. We're going to have like a private messenger chat for 5 days, just for people to like get in and get part of something, getting onboarded properly. Because again, as we're scaling, it's getting bigger. So there's like nearly 2,000 people in. So you don't want people to just land in there and be like, lost, So I really want to, encourage people to get posting. So I think once you get your first few posts out the way, you feel a bit more confident, don't you? And you get love and support, and then you sort of feel. I hate the thought of people not wanting to post, because they're feeling nervous. So anyway, we're trying to put some in place for that. But it's just a massive journey for me. It's like I'm teaching everything that I'm learning right now. Literally, we teach how to do masterclasses. I've got a masterclass tomorrow. I think this will be my first one with over 100 people live, which is exciting, for a free masterclass. I think we've got about 300, 400 signups or something. So we should get 100 people live, which is really, really cool, actually. And I've learned things this time doing this masterclass, even though I've done hundreds of them, that I will then go back and teach into the mastermind so that everyone else who's doing masterclasses can learn from the stuff I'm doing now, like at scale, and the stuff that Paul and I do with funnels and stuff. So I like that I've got somewhere to come back to and be like, listen, guys, this worked really well, or this was a complete disaster. Don't do that. I think that's quite valuable as well. I would like that if I was in the program. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, you are such a star as well, and you give as much as you take out of the mastermind, which I think is the secret to really enjoying your journey in there. Definitely, you're a great part of the community, and it's just a pleasure to have you in there. And obviously we've been friends for a long time, so it's lovely to see, and to see you just hit your stride now. It's like, it's amazing. It really is. It's an absolute privilege. So tell me about the sort of hypnotherapy that you do then. So who's it for, and what's your specialty? Don't tell me I haven't got one.
So my specialty is helping online business owners declutter the crap that they've been carrying around for years, so they can actually show up and share online, and basically they're going to earn more money when they're sharing the shit out of themselves. So that's what
I love that. So you clear all the shit and then you send them back to me to learn the strategies to get online. Nice.
Yeah, basically.
Nice. And you're going to come into the mastermind, aren't you, and do a guest expert on that?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to. Absolutely love to do that. Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot of member-led content, and I bet you got some clients out of the mastermind as well. That's the one thing I always say, don't underestimate. People buy from each other in there, don't they?
Yes, because obviously I'll get my teeth in. I shared my success with that in the mastermind, And obviously I shared what I'd done and what I could do differently and what I was going to do for next time. And then I had people sign up to work with me from that, just from sharing that success story. Because I shared about how, you know, you get out your own way and how they can do that. So people who were like, I don't know how to get out my own way, can you show me how to do it? They came to me.
Nice.
And then also I did another free hypnotherapy session yesterday. So people who'd seen that from the group, they came in to then do the free session as well. So they're obviously interested in how that can move them forward as well. So yeah, you just don't know who's watching.
Yeah, and people do buy from each other. And this is what I do say to people, is like, you should make your money back from people inside the mastermind if you play it right. And by play it right, I call it pay to play. You pay to be in a program, you're in amongst other people who pay to be there. So you got to do it right. You know, you're not there to just pitch all the time and what we call quasi pitching, where you're like, you know, the bullshit, like, oh, I'm looking for 10 business owners to tell me about blah, blah, blah. Like, that stuff doesn't fly with us, right? I'm not stupid. I've been in this game. I've been kicked out of more groups and I've been left in, put it that way. So I know exactly where the line is. But if you're smart and you do what I say, then it's good, which is document your journey. Document your journey. And I had this happen to me in another group today that I've been in for 5 years, that I've always documented my journey. Yeah, I don't sell in there. I just say, this is what I'm doing with the work and this is how I'm feeling about it. That's it. And that's what you do brilliantly in my group, which is why people buy from you, right? They message you, they want to work with you because you document your journey. You're open, you're honest, you're vulnerable, you're helpful, all of that good stuff, right? But you relate it back to the work. And that's the important thing. All this, like I say, all this research bullshit doesn't get through. And I'll just say to people, that is not going to fly. Try a bit harder. Do you know what I mean? I think
put some effort in.
I appreciate the effort, but that was not enough. But yeah. But what happened for me in this other group that I've been in for 5 years is that somebody posted about me and tagged me in and was like, they've done the 2K in 2 weeks and made like 1,500 quid or something. And they were just absolutely thrilled with it. And they posted about that in that group in front of like 8,000 people who paid to be in there. And I was just like, you can't buy that kind of amazing promotion, basically. You know, it's not come from me, it's come from her. And I didn't know she was going to post it. Obviously, I just got a tag. And I just think if you're smart, you can come into my group with 2,000 entrepreneurs. And if not sell to them, then sell to people that they know, you know, by just documenting your journey, showing up, being a good citizen, as I call it, of the group, you know, and you've pulled that off brilliantly. So I'm really pleased with that.
Thank
You're
you.
a good example to set.
Oh, thanks.
Now you've got admin rights. You can be part of the that is not going to fly crew when people do
very good.
research bullshit. Right. So if people are online business owners who want to get out of their own way, how do they get in touch with you, Emma?
They can send me a message, or they can find me on LinkedIn. They can find me on Facebook. Those are my main places. I don't have a website yet. I said I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've got a link I can pop somewhere where you can have a little bit more of a nosy if you can be asked to read it. But just send me a message. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
And if you can't find Emma, send me a message and I'll introduce you. But yeah, amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely welcome. Right, I'm going to go because I'm middle of launch too. It's my launch week. I've got, like I say, all these people signed up for the masterclass tomorrow. No idea what I'm going to say yet. I feel like I'm hyping it up in my own head. I'm like, it's waking me up every day. I'm like, yeah. But I don't know. I don't prep for these things. So I don't know what's going to happen. But I feel like it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be good. I shall see you there.
Money making mindset. This is what it's all about. Not money mindset. Money making mindset. Okay, so I'll see some of you tomorrow. Thank you very much, Emma. I'll see you in the group as always, and I look forward to your guest expert. I'll make sure that I catch it. Right, lots of love. See you later. Bye, darling.
Lots of love. Take care. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye bye.